The man almost put his hand around Jungkook's back, but he stopped when he felt the strong aura and coldness from this masked man. It gives him vibe of the Jones director. Jungkook's eyes are deep. He was like a ferocious beast that was hibernating in the night, his entire body exuding coldness and power. The man who came to help Jungkook suddenly felt why CEO need to buy invitation to the party. Probably he is hallucinating. Still not leaving, the man was pondering when he heard the cold tone. He came to his sense. Come, come with me. He immediately led way. The guards at the entrance was strict today. Wait, take off mask and show us your invitation card. As a boss ordered them not to let strangers sneak in when they saw a masked man, they felt strange. The man immediately explained, my friend likes to play mysterious. He usually does this when he attended in banquets. Hurry up and let us in. I have waited for him. You know that. Besides, we have invitation. Guards let them go in. Jungkook walked steadily as man led the way and then stopped. Your mission is completed. You don't have to follow me. The voice of masked man's made one stunned, then nodded. All right, but I'm very curious about the purpose of your participation in this banquet. It's best not to ask what you shouldn't ask. A sharp gaze received from masked man made the other man scared somehow. I understand. He nodded quickly. The masked man ruthlessly left him there, making his own way. It's strange why this person came into this banquet like this. He even bought the invitation, then there must be a good show tonight. He walked in the crowd. The light illuminating from above the ceiling made him even more handsome in his golden mask. With black formal outfits, their maids and waitresses also looked at him unconsciously and couldn't help but glanced at him time to time. He was familiarizing himself with the situation here. In addition, there is many people in the banquet and the perfume made him very uncomfortable that he wanted to get out of there. After walking around, he finally found the hallway that brought him to backyard. Yard was very quiet and spacious. There were a few rattan chairs and surrounding full of flowers and swing between them. He ran his hand on his hair, revealing the undercut of his hairstyle. His lips slightly raised when he saw the surroundings. He didn't expect that Sokchin's stage to be so unique. The banquet started. He sat on the chair. He can see the people in courtyard. Occasionally, he would hear the voice of peoples. He is planning to go on the space of living room when the host will announce the arrival of women. Big sisters, my mummy said that don't let stranger take pictures of me. Otherwise, I can sue you for violating my portrait rights. The little kid was surrounded by some girls. They just saw this cute guy in mask with his short bang. They couldn't help but wanted to take pictures with him, but the little guy prohibited them to do. The little guy was extremely looking innocent and harmless. The way he pronounced words were all gentle, but what he had said had a lot of aura. Some girls put their phone away, but some didn't back away and try to snatch his privacy. They are engaged by this little guy who have big doe eyes. Some are still constituting and didn't let him have his own time. Uncle Han was with him, but then suddenly Uncle Han got something to do, so he let Rowoon stay in the courtyard. Hey little one, just one please. One of girl click it anyway. Rowoon's smile faded, but even so, he gently requested, sister, please delete the picture. Girl was in her early 20s. She raised her brow and scoffed. What's with this kid? Why he denying to take pictures? Isn't it good to have pictures? It's just a picture. What's wrong taking pictures? Why your mom will not allow to take pictures of you? You are a cute little guy. Why don't your mother click it? Let me do it for you. Don't you like clicking pictures or what? She spoke, sounding gentle, and asked Rovon to pose for camera. Didn't he ask you to delete the photos? Sudden male voice startled the girls who was taking pictures of little guy. It's deep and stern that sent shiver down their spine. They saw the guy walking towards them with his mask on, one hand inside the pant pocket. The powerful aura he gave off made people feel fear somehow. You are when the person already denied, then wouldn't you just give him way and get lost? The words man said was harsh. Why are you talking us like that? The masked man sneered. He had heard the kid was denying to take any pictures since earlier, but these mannerless people didn't give his space, so he couldn't help but claim, do you want to know it? Girls gulped and felt fear even more. I got it. I will immediately delete it. Girls thought that maybe these two are related since both had mask on and looking equally handsome and charming. Furthermore, in the Kim family's banquet, no ordinary person will be attending. It's either rich or noble, so they didn't dare to offend him and immediately delayed it before taking leave from there. After crowd dispersed, Jungkook sneered in disdain. People always wanted to step down on innocence. He had never liked this type of occasion. If it's not for women, then he would not take this step and came here like stalker. He turned around and walked. Thank you, uncle. Suddenly, childish voice made him stop in his track. It's so quiet as he slowly turned around to look at the small boy behind him. The child was wearing black suit as well, with cartoon mask on. Jungkook narrowed his eyes when he saw this little boy. Rovon stared at him with his two eyes. These eyes, for some reason, Jungkook felt that these eyes looked familiar. There is coldness in these Bambi eyes, but it looked gentle. Rovon smiled when he didn't get any response from this big man. Uncle, I am thanking you. Jungkook came to his sense and looked at him indifferently when the strange feeling hit him. So, little guy was slightly surprised and his Bambi eyes blinked cutely, then sighed seriously. When people thanked, then uncle need to say, you don't have to be polite. Jungkook sneered at this child. You are polite? Rovon nodded and walked to Jungkook with his short legs, then stopped in front of him and waved his hand, beckoning Jungkook to come over to him. Uncle, can you bend down? Jungkook frowned. What do you want, little guy? Oh, I like uncle's mask. That's why I want to have closer look once. Is that fine with that? Rovon looked pitifully at Jungkook with his cute voice, and such a gesture made Jungkook's heart melt. But then he felt irritated. He coldly said, speak properly, stand straight. Rovon was shocked, then slight fear flashed across his cold black eyes. Uncle, as a man, how can you show such an expression and look? Jungkook scolded him like an elder. He completely forgot that this was the first time he had met this child. Oh, Rovon stared at him blankly. Can uncle teach me? What? Let me teach you. Jungkook narrowed his eyes and sneered, but his tone was softer than before. Can you afford the tuition fee? Rovon pursed his lips and nodded. Yes, my mummy is very rich. Sudden mention of kid's mother made Jungkook become interested. He slowly squatted down in front of Rovon. Why did he feel so attached to this kid? Seems like he's familiar with this little one. Your mummy? Yes, my mummy is rich. So can uncle teach me? Jungkook stared at little guy thoughtfully. He even found a faint familiar aura on him. His lips moved, but the words are stuck in his throat. Uncle, can I touch your mask? No? Yes. His mind says one and heart says otherwise. Then the mouth agreed without even thinking. He wasn't the kind of man who would agree to such a rude request from a child, but today is unexpected. He came to save this little guy and even agreed to his request. When Jungkook was in a daze, Rowoon had already reached out his hand and touched the mask. Jungkook frowned when he saw little milky and tender hand of little guy that slightly touching his skin. It's so soft that actually made him have the urge to touch it. What was he thinking? Jungkook rarely get close to people. When Rowoon touched and brushed off his hand across Jungkook's skin, he felt warmth, somehow giving him discomfort about these strange feelings. It's new to him, like he have a urge to be dad. Uncle, do you want to touch mine as well? Rowoon kept touching Jungkook's mask. Big Man clenched his hands into fists, resisting himself to touch the little guy and coldly refused. No need. The touch made him very itchy in his heart, and next second he impatiently grabbed Little's soft hand, then got instantly amazed at how soft it's, like a feather and soft cotton candy. Uncle, this little guy seemed to be curious as he tilted his head. The cartoon mask made him look especially cute. Cute? Jungkook always thought that the word cute would be an insult to a boy, whether it was an aged man or underage man. That was why he ashamed when people called him cute, but now he actually felt that this little fellow in front of him was very cute. Jungkook's heart was a little messy. His heart tightened. He narrowed his eyes. Didn't your mommy teach you not to get too close to strangers? Rowoon tilted his head again. Why? Again this cute tone. Because stranger can be dangerous. I believe uncle is good. Little guy's soft voice sounds melody to his ear as his own voice became soft unconsciously. Why do you believe that uncle is a good person? His eyes darkened slightly as he stared at tender milky hand on his big palm. Rowoon followed the gazes and saw how softly this uncle's hand was, caressing his little fingers. Rowoon got even curious, seeing this uncle's inked finger. Uncle, what it is? It's work of art. For the first time, Jungkook was so patient. Even his tone had slight gentleness. He got tattooed of his memorable things like a date of his mother's birth and that woman's name beside the heart shape and many more. It's looking good. If uncle is not good person, then why would uncle save me? Jungkook raised his brow at this child's thoughtful words. He's smart. Uncle is here to attend banquet. Rowoon was so talkative today, especially with a stranger like this big mask guy. Yes, Jungkook nodded. They are having good conversation. Jungkook thought that this little kid very interesting and clever. Whose child is this? Where is his rich mummy he was talking about? How could his mother left him alone here? Jungkook wanted to ask, but he heard the music playing and both focus distracted and Rowoon immediately excused himself as banquet had already started. Jungkook looked at the time and little guy, thinking about it. He had spent his time on this little guy almost ruining his business, the purpose why he had come into this banquet. Then uncle, I will be leaving. I will repay your kindness in the future if I have the chance. Rowoon waved his hand and ran towards courtyard. Jungkook also felt that he was distracted. He need to see that woman, so he didn't care much about child where he ran off. He walked towards hallway, then to living space, where the host asked Mr. Kim Seokjin to give his short speech. The people around gave him applause. So today's banquet was especially for my younger sister, Kim Sarang. I want to introduce you, the daughter of Kim family and the first Miss of Kim family. You are very nervous and Jenny too. She didn't expect you to see in this beautiful dress. She thought that she will only able to see it at your marriage day, but now you are wearing the ball gown provides the ultimate classic look, and a choice shape with a straight body shape and a fuller skirt giving the illusion of wider hips and the makeups and addition simple yet beautiful broken diamond crown. The dress have heavy design. You are a designer and you can see the heavy work on it. You will appear in front of everyone being the daughter of Kim family. It making you nervous. You never thought of revealing your identity to show off to others. You're still not used to it. Jenny requested to take a few pictures together to share around the friend circle. Some maids came. Miss, are you ready? You looked at Jenny. She nodded to go ahead. Yes. You nodded, taking deep breath. Maids came to help you with dress. It's heavy, so they helped to carry it. You refused at first, but since the dress couldn't handle yourself, you let them help you. Sorry to trouble you. It's okay, miss. The lights made your dress shine and you immediately catch attention. Crowd went oh by the beauty of first miss of Kim family. Things like atmosphere and emotions were very easy to stir up. As long as someone took the lead, then the others could easily move. When you walk to the stage with the help of host, it's looking like morning star in the spotlight, putting you in the highlights as your brother gave his speech, introducing and announcing you in the public with proud smile. Sokjin looked at you. The dress suits with your charm and temperament like a Disney princess. Hair put on messy bun and the broken diamond crown. When Sokjin wanted to bought this dress, it's not available then he discussed with designer. Even though Sokjin said to give millions on it, designer said that he would give it to someone who deserves. The designer didn't look after money, but the fated person who would be dressing this beautiful dress. He had spent a lot of effort on this dress, so he wanted to sell it to a fated person. So at last, Sokjin looked after another dress, but couldn't expect designer to email him agreeing to give this dress. You walked in the middle of stage and stood there and started to phrase how beautiful Kim Sokjin's younger sister is. In the crowd, a slim figure stood and watched. The mask on his face was decorated with a strange light. It actually matched with the dress first Miss Kim was wearing. From the moment you appeared, his gaze was glued on you. He couldn't take off his eyes. The woman he loved was this beautiful. His breathing became somehow hurriedly as his heart tightened from the sight of you. He didn't expect that the woman he fancied would be this much beautiful, so beautiful.